afternoon, welcome to Maths Live. We've got Elliot and Sam and Hattie and Harry watching. I'll do some more shout outs in a second. So here's your challenge question, revision from yesterday. Kira parks her car at 10:30 a.m. She collects the car at 2:15 p.m. How much does she need to pay? And you need to look at this grid and compare it with the times to work it out. So have a go at that while I do some more shout outs. Hi, Keen and Norwich. Hi, Aoife. Hi, Lachlan. Hi, Finlay. Hi, Aidan. Hi, Imogen. Hi, Katie. Hi, Scarlett. Hi, Nathaniel and Oliver. Hi, Ryan and Callum. Hi, Emily. Hi, Annabelle. Hi, Tom. Hi, Rebe. Thank you for coming back. Oh, we've got some answers coming in. Right, I'll give you 20 more seconds. 20 seconds. Hi, Olivia and Malden. Right, a lot of people saying one answer. I was saying yesterday that if you have an answer and then everyone else has the same answer, that's quite a good sign. So she parks her car at 10:30 and she collects it at 2:15. So we need to think, right, so how long does she spend at the car park, and that will tell us how much she needs to pay. So I'll get rid of the questions so we have a bit more room. So to get from 10:30 to 2:15, let's do some jumps. So I'm going to do 30 minutes to make it 11. And then I do, so 11, 12, 1, 2, so it'll be 3 hours 15 to get it to 2:15. So 3 hours 15, so that's 3 hours 45 minutes that she spends. And so that will be between 3 and 4 hours. So the answer is £1.70. Well done if you got that. I'll take this off. Right, time zones today. I thought it'd be interesting to do time zones because, again, it's something we use in real life. When you go on holiday, okay, if you go abroad, if you go somewhere in a foreign country, you're going to change times. So you'll get on the plane, okay, and then you'll travel somewhere. And then when you get off the plane, not only have you obviously travelled, your journey's taken so long, but you'll need to change your watch because you'll be in a different time zone. You might need to add on an hour or take off an hour, or even more, okay? So the first question I had in those 3 challenge questions was I asked you to research, I asked you to find out how many time zones there are across the globe. And there's a lot, okay? And funny enough, it says there's about this number. Why there isn't an actual set number is there's actually still some arguments in some parts of the world. They disagree. So some countries disagree with another country about how many time zones there are. So we say about this number. So if you think across the world, and there's all it curves with a curvature. It doesn't go straight down like this, so it curves. So they all curve around, and there's several countries which have more than one time zone. Like think about America, Russia, lots and lots of time zones because they're such big countries. There are 24 official time zones across the world 24, so you could change time 24 times at least going across the world. I'm going to obviously come back to the other challenge questions later. I just want to explain time zones a little bit more. So for example, if you went to Paris from London, I'm going to use London as an example because London is where we call our time zone. It's called Greenwich Meridian Time, GMT. And this part means it's called Greenwich. And Greenwich is part of London. It's a really nice area in London. And that's where the time is measured from. Greenwich Meridian Time. But we're not actually at Greenwich Meridian Time at the moment. We're on British summertime. We're one of the few countries in the world that still actually changes their time. So as you know, this is British summertime. Okay? We've changed the clocks forward and backwards 1 hour around each summer to accommodate a different light. Okay? It's something like the farmers needed to have more light over the summer to be able to work. Okay? So funny enough, sometimes we're on Greenwich Meridian, but at the moment we're on BST, which is summertime. Now, London, or Greenwich Meridian Time, is an hour behind France, Paris. So, London, so whatever time is in London, say if it's 1 p.m. in London, we'd have to add on an hour if we went to Paris. Because in Paris, it is 2 p.m. Why is it 2 p.m. in Paris and 1 p.m. in London? Because with the world, okay, the time zones travel from west to east. Okay? So countries like Australia come first. Okay, then it moves across to China and Japan and Russia. Okay? And then the Middle East, and then it goes across to Europe, and then Europe has a few time zones, and then it eventually reaches the UK, and then it keeps going to America and Canada, and then it'll come round and eventually come back to Australia again. And Paris is more east than the UK, so it hits it first. Okay, so if it's 1 p.m. in London, it will be 2 p.m. in Paris. For example, if it was 1 p.m. in London, in Athens, which is Greece, you would add on 3 hours. You'd add on 3 hours because it's 3 hours ahead of the UK. So what time would it be? It would be 4 p.m. Let's go the other way now. If it's 1 p.m. in London, what would it be in Los Angeles? Can't spell. What time would it be in Los Angeles? Where is Los Angeles? Los Angeles is in, I'm going to do a really bad drawing now, it's America. If we're here, it's not this side of America, it's all the way across the other side of America, so it's a long, long way away. And that is 7 hours less. So whatever time it is, so if it's 1 o'clock here, in Los Angeles, they're 7 hours behind us because they're yet to come to 1 o'clock. So in Los Angeles, it would be, so you'd count backwards from 1, so it would be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So from 1 p.m. it would be 6 a.m. It would be 6 o'clock in the morning. So if you needed to phone someone in Los Angeles, if you were in London and you phone, you think, right, I'll phone them after my lunch, I'll phone them at 1 o'clock. Oh, they'll probably still be asleep because it's only 6 o'clock in the morning. And there's so many people in the world who work internationally, and they've got to think very, very carefully about when they call different people. I've got family in New Zealand, on the other side of the world, so we tend to talk to each other either in the morning, like early in the morning, or later on in the evening, because if I called them at lunchtime, my lunchtime, it's the middle of the night for them, so you've got to be very careful about when you're calling different people. So, where's my, oh, it's gone. So there's obviously so many different examples of how we can compare our time zones. I'm going to give you an example now. I'm going to give you a different example. So in London, I'm going to use London again. I'm going to stick to London for a second. So in London, okay, I'm in Mexico City, which funnily enough is in Mexico. Now, if it's 1 p.m. in London, Mexico City is 5 hours behind because Mexico City, okay, is yet to have that time, okay? It's further round the globe, okay? If it is 5 a.m. in London, what time would it be in Mexico City? What time would it be in Mexico City? So we count backwards. You might be ahead of me. Have a go. So take away. So it will be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 0. What does 0 mean? What does 0 mean? That actually means midnight. So 5 a.m. in London would be exactly midnight in Mexico City. Okay. Let's use New Zealand as our example. So New Zealand is 12 hours ahead of the UK. Okay? So at New Year, it's New Year in New Zealand a long time before it is in New Zealand. So Wellington is the capital of New Zealand. And it's 12 hours ahead. So if it is, I'm not going to use 1 p.m, if it is 7 p.m. in London, if it's 7 o'clock in the evening in London, what time is it in Wellington? So let's count across. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7. And it's not just 7 a.m. It's 7 a.m. and plus 1 day. So it's the day after. So if this day was the 2nd of June, if we're calling on the 2nd of June at 7 p.m, they're answering the phone on the 3rd of June at 7 a.m. Okay, if you notice 12, that means you just go across the same number because obviously there's 24 hours in the day. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So let's have a look at those 3 challenge questions. I gave you number 1, there's 24 time zones in the world. So question 2 was this. In which country, so this is more of a geography question, in which country would it turn, or would it become 10 a.m. first? So which country would it be 10 a.m. first? Would it be A, India, B, Canada, or C, us in the UK? Give you 20 seconds to have a think about that if you haven't already done it. Which country would it be 10 a.m. first? Let's have a look at how you're all doing. Oh, well done. Fantastic. Hi, Ethan in Bidford. Hi, Olivia in Malden. Brilliant, everyone. Hi, Evan in Hertford. Hi, Sophie in Menston. Hi, Darcy. Thank you for joining in. Hi, Hattie in Devon. Oh, we've got some different answers. we've got some different answers. So I'll give you a clue. So if I draw a globe, okay, and if I tell you that Canada is here, the UK is here, and India is here, and the time travels this way, okay, can that be a clue? Where would it hit 10 a.m. first if time travels, not time travelling, but the sun rises here and gradually goes across when the world's spinning on its axis? It is turning into a geography lesson, this, isn't it? But this is part of adding and subtracting time. The answer is India. Like I say, because India is the most eastern country, and then we gradually go over to the UK, and then we go over to Canada. Okay? And the next question, we're thinking about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a beautiful country near India. The time is in Sri Lanka. So in Sri Lanka, it is 4 hours ahead of London. I'm actually going to put London first to try and make it a bit clearer. So in London, compared to London, if you 4 hours ahead is Sri Lanka. Okay. Oh, sorry, 4.5 hours. Misread that. 4.5 hours. Okay. So, for example, when it is 3 p.m. in London, it is 7:30 p.m. in Sri Lanka. So there's an example, because 3 plus 4.5 is 7.5. What time is it in London when it is 1:15 p.m. in Sri Lanka? So you've got to do the opposite now. We're told what time it is Sri Lanka. What time is it in London? Give that a go. Oh, got some answers coming in. Hi, Eleanor in Derbyshire. Hi, William in Cheadlehume. Hi, Mariella in Blockley. Hi, Cherie in Coventry. Welcome back. Oh, see? Lots of you are writing the same answer, so is it correct? So now what we've got to do is count back. Okay, for this one we've added on 4.5 hours. This time we've got to take away 4.5 hours. It's going to be earlier in the day in London. So let's take away the half hour first. Let's subtract 30 minutes. So what time would that be? If it's 1:15, you've got to go like on the other side of the clock. So that would be 12:45. Okay, and now let's subtract our 4 hours. This is a great way of doing your adding, subtracting maths. You don't need to do it all in one go. Break it up. So now we just need to subtract. So we know it's 45. Okay, so let's subtract 4 from 12. It's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Well done, everyone. A lot of you put that. So it was 8:45. Brilliant. Okay. So those were the challenge questions a lot of you saw this morning. Now I've got some different ones. With a very stuck pen. Okay. The time in Australia is now 9 hours ahead of us. Okay? Okay. I don't think that's technically correct, but I'm going to go what it says on the page. Okay? The time in London is 9 hours ahead of the time in Australia. Okay, I don't think that's technically correct, but we'll go with the question. Okay, I wish to ring a friend in Australia for them so that their time is between want to ring them so they're picking up the phone between 6:30 and 8:30 p.m. Between what times in the UK should I ring them? So if it's 6:30 to 8:30 in Australia, what is it? What are they times in London? Have we go at that? Brilliant, well done, guys. Oh, it is. I actually stand corrected. The time difference is 9 hours. Obviously, going across New Zealand's a lot further. That tells you how big Australia is as a country. If it goes 9, 10, 11, 12 to New Zealand, that's crazy. That's amazing. Oh, got some times. Got some different times. So it should be something to something, one time between another time. Hi Tej. Hi Heidi in Broughton. Oh, be careful. Someone's put 9:30 to 20:30. That's a big, big jump. Okay, so Australia is 9 hours ahead of London, definitely now. Okay, so we need to subtract 9 from these times to make our new times. I'm going to do it I'm going to focus on the 6:30, and then I know that it's 2 hours on here. I know it's going to be 30. So something 30 and something 30, because we're subtracting whole hours. So 6. So we're going this way now, so we need to subtract, because we're going back. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, midday, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So that's 9:30 in the morning, and it should be 11:30, but I'm going to check. I always check. So 8, and I'm going to subtract 9. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, midday, 11. Okay, that's the trick, because you're counting over the hour, you're going across from 12. It's a bit of a weird going 1, 12, 11. So there you go. So that's the answer. We've got one more question before you go. I love saying when you graduate from something. But I like doing it. I wanted to do time zones because it's a little bit more interesting than just, adding, subtracting like everyday life. Okay. The time in the USA is 5 hours behind the UK. So now I've got something that's even more Western than the UK. Okay. So the USA is 5 hours from the UK. So if you wanted to ring from the USA to the UK, you need to think, right, they're 5 hours ahead of us. Okay? And then just remembering Australia, we just put Oz. Oz for Australia. That's another 9 hours. Okay? What time is it in Australia when it is 4 a.m. in America? Okay? So, what time is it in Australia when it is 4 a.m. in the USA? So do the jumps, think that. Or you could, if you want to, you could go straight across. It's up to you. I'll let you decide. Stop getting involved, Steph. right. Oh, Sam, you're always so quick. It's amazing. Oh, we've got a few different answers. We've got 6 p.m, 8 p.m, 9 a.m. Double check. Okay, I'm going to do it 2 different ways. I'm going to do it one way, and then I'm going to check the other way. So, I'm going to look at what is the overall time difference first. So what would it be? So if I add 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so the whole jump is actually 14. Now that's quite tricky to do, because if you're going across 14, you'll see you're going across a bit of a time zone. So I'm still going to do the jumps, but I will check it. So 4 a.m, 5 a.m, 6 a.m, 7 a.m, 8 a.m, 9 a.m. in the UK. And then if I add on another 9 hours, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 p.m. Now if I add 14 onto 4, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still get the same answer. So there's 2 ways. You can either do the little jumps in between the 2 countries, or you can add on 5, or you can add these together, which is 14, and then do the big jump. Okay, well done today. You had a look at time zones, which is amazing. Tomorrow, I'm trying to think what we're doing tomorrow. Oh, of course, it's Friday. We're doing word problems involving time, and we're going to try and do an array of them. Try the challenge question now. It's a really, really good one. And as ever, I'll see you tomorrow. See you later. Bye-bye.